Why would David Bahati, a Minister of Finance, instead of in charge of planning, not planning, if he's a real planner, because when you're planning, you plan to make sure that you do what you call a cost-benefit analysis. You get the best out of a cost. Why would he go to borrow commercial loans from Exim Bank in America and leave World Bank, which gives concessional loans at 0.5% to 1% per annum, and you go for commercial one which give over 10%? It means there's a problem. What figures you applied to say that your economic growth is growing at 10.9%, and yet you're going to borrow money every day? Yet you're borrowing. Because if the growth is growing, the money is in the economy, you're tax, there's no need to come to Parliament every day to tell people of Uganda that you're borrowing. And to demonstrate this, you're saying the interest rates are high. Why? Because you are going to the domestic market, where me and Sabit and Opono, of course Opono doesn't go there, to the bank to borrow. You are going, is the lucky man. We are going to borrow in a commercial bank, where you're also going with treasury bills to deal and borrow domestically. These are treasury bills, bonds, and whatever. You are going to pay out 12.005 trillion. You are aware of that. Externally, you are going to pay 2.4 trillion. That is 14.4 trillion. Now, 14.4 trillion, you get 22.5 minus 14.4. You remain with 8.1 trillion of the cash. Are you hearing? You wanted to learn. That's the only money you have now, which you have to spend now, start from there. Now you say, I have only 8.1 before going to borrow. How do I handle it? What are the priorities? And I said, this is for now, before I get more money, instead of eating matoke with chicken, we shall eat posho with beans. And that's how they say planning is. So that's what I wanted. What are the alternatives? The little we have is what we should plan within and stop going with excess. Bringing a 44.7 trillion in this current state where the economy is on more or less recess is wrong for Bahati context. You have talked about the parish model. I'm happy you started with the Tandikwa. We had the Tandikwa, we went to Kulembeka, went to Bonaba Gagaware, went to Operation Wealth Creation, went to NADS, now Emioga, now a parish model. Each of these programs has no evaluation report to say, when we put it there, this is what happened, and that's the reason why we have changed it. Because you know that the people of Uganda will always forget. Every day you change names, change words, change words. This is most dangerous for you, Mr. Bahati, my brother, Honorable Bahati, in charge of planning. And that's why when you talk about that there's economic growth, that you are the only country who is doing very well in economic growth. You are now 2.9%, other than negative. What figures did you use? Did you use the money you borrowed to compute your economic growth? You are lucky that in Uganda you have mentioned food. There's no food inflation. If it was there, you would not be sitting here. Because when somebody is hungry, is angry. And an angry person is very dangerous. You are lucky in Uganda, we have food. That's why you are able to talk about 2.9, which you don't know even. Tanzania. Listen, Tanzania is 4 times bigger than Uganda. But right now, Tanzania, even every village has power. Why? 99% is powered. While for us, a quarter were fed. And yet we have the best water. We have now thermal. We have solar. But we're not doing anything.
All right, thank you.
Let's just conclude on this. Now, the power is very expensive. Why? Because we have decided to make it expensive because you will not have people in Uganda, right? Because you have food. And the people who have food are not hungry. But a hungry person is angry.